Welcome back to The Real Edit.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Aimee.
And we're here with your weekly dose of content creation, building a business and trying to stay sane while doing it.
It's a safe space where we share a glimpse into our lives, part pep talk, part therapy, and just enough oversharing to keep it interesting.
Wherever this episode finds you, we're so glad you're here.
You're right on time, so let's catch up. Ready?
Welcome back to season 2 of the Real Edit podcast. It has been a little while. It's been 3.5, 4 months since we last sat down and spoke to you. So we are so excited to be back. It is so overdue and we are so excited for season 2. This is where you come in.
Oh. Sorry, I've had some time off. I'm not used to this. So much has changed since we last spoke to you. I've entered a new decade. I'm now 30 and Aimee is soon to be 30. So I feel like we're entering this new period of our life where we're just reflecting on everything and life looks different, UGC looks different, like Aimee's been in Spain for a month. I feel like a lot's changed since we've last spoken on here, so yeah, we just thought we'd come back with a really chatty episode because they're our favourite to film and there's a lot to talk about, so yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, Ames, obviously we usually start with how our week was, but it's been a pretty long week since we last sat down on the podcast. So how have your last 3.5, 4 months been?
Busy.
Give us some highlights.
They have been busy. Yeah, it's been so busy. Like I said, I've turned 30. People say when you hit 30, everything just like clicks. And I feel like I've 100% experienced that. Like I've got a completely different outlook on a lot of things. Or maybe not a different outlook, but just, I don't know, I'm just putting myself first, and I feel like that's not something I really did in my 20s. So yeah, that's been a big change. What else have I done? Amy, what else have I done? Oh, you came to see me for my 30th, which was a surprise. My mum threw me a surprise party. Claps to Suze. I had absolutely no idea, and she surprised me with like my nearest and dearest, and then I thought everyone was there, and then all of a sudden Aimee walks in when she told me she was at Waitrose, so that was a surprise.
I can't believe I'm really useless at keeping those sorts of things under wraps. I accidentally put my foot in it all the time. So the fact that I was voice noting Aimee whilst I was driving to hers, being like, just now nipping to just film this, then I'm nipping here to get a few bits for this video, like la la la, just because otherwise I was always in the car and she'd be like, where is she driving? Like where's she going? Also, I learnt the other day that the difference between millennial and Gen Z is if you say to a millennial, pretend you're on the phone, they'll go like that. And if you say to a Gen Z, pretend you're on the phone, they'll go like that. How interesting is that? Sorry, I just thought of that because
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe I managed to actually surprise you because I feel like I'm useless at that sort of stuff. It was a gorgeous date though. I was so pleased to be there.
It was nice. I don't know what else I've been up to. I feel like it's been such a long time. UGC's been busy. I've got social media management on the side now as well. But yeah, I think that's everything from me. What about you? You've had some busy times, so share.
Yeah, I have. I actually have had a bonkers few months. But some highlights if you like. I decided to run away to Spain for a month because I just feel like we always talk about the incredible flexibility that this role gives us, and it just had a lot going on. Not all bad, just I had a lot going on. I was busy. I was feeling a little bit uninspired. I think that happens sometimes when you're a little bit burnt out. And I just thought, do you know what? I always say, hypothetically, you could just book a flight. I could do this from anywhere. And I thought, book the flight. Do it from anywhere. Yeah. So I did. I found a beautiful little Airbnb in Spain and off I went for a whole month. And it was the most beautiful, recharge for me. I really loved it. I live on my own. I've been single for a number of years. I'm very happy being by myself. So that wasn't really the issue. I made sure I had loads of work to do whilst I was out there. I had brands ship me stuff before I went, so my suitcase was definitely overweight and I definitely got fined there and back. But I also had brands ship me stuff whilst I was out there, so kept myself busy. It's so nice to know that you're covering the cost of your trip and then some. It's such a bizarre change of dynamic for work, isn't it, when you've come from a corporate environment to be I'm on holiday, but I'm working, but I don't really feel like I'm working and I'm making money whilst it's just we're just super lucky, I think, to be in a job like this. So that's that. And then apart from that, like I've had a really mad few UGC months, which I'm really grateful for, and have worked on some really fun campaigns, and yeah, just all going really well there. Hit my biggest financial month last month, which was exciting. And I've got loads of social things in the diary, like loads. I've got Ascot coming up. I've got another holiday, hopefully. Yeah, little day trips here, there and everywhere. Lots of lovely dinners booked in. Like I'm just really in my friendship era. I think I'm just really like loving my little life right now. I'm just feeling so positive. So yeah.
I love that. And you're turning 30 soon. How are we feeling?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Like I think that's part of it. You know, if you'd asked me this a year ago, I would have told you I was completely panicking about turning 30. Like I don't know what it is. I just think it's just a like a real chapter change, isn't it? Like, and you feel like you're supposed to have X, Y, Z ticked off by the time you're 30, especially as a woman. And so I've been working really hard, genuinely for the past year with my therapist to get myself in it, like rewire that in my head and really just enjoy the now. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to enjoy the now, and I'm definitely feeling it. So that's exciting. Yeah, I'm feeling really positive.
I feel like as well from the content that you actually shared on social media, like your solo in Spain and things like that, you could actually tell how re-inspired you were.
Yeah, I mean, I was just making like what I wanted to and what I loved. And it was really nice because obviously I was getting messages from people being like, it looks like you're having the best time, you're glowing. Like loads of people told me I was glowing. I get that. I guess part of that's the tan, but like I feel like you can tell when someone's happy. But my closest friends who know me best were like, I can just see what this is doing for you. Like this is so positive. So it was definitely a really good trip for me, and also completely understand and like recognize that I'm super privileged to be able to do that, to not only be able to financially justify going and doing that, but to not have children or carrying responsibilities or anything else that means that I don't have the flexibility to do that. So just very fortunate. And didn't want to take a second for granted. So I just had the best month. I really did.
Yeah, so it has been a little bit longer than we had like originally planned to relaunch the podcast. I think we had planned the beginning of July, but we did decide to push it back purely because we wanted it to be perfect, because this podcast is like our little baby. So we've both been in a little bit of a reflection period. I think we wanted to just kind of reset, reflect, and we've both kind of, I want to say, rebranded our socials a little bit. And yeah, I think we just wanted to come back, didn't we? With I don't know what I was going to say.
Clarity.
Yeah, clarity. Yeah, that's exactly it.
I think it's so easy when you are running a business or doing a job or whatever to just kind of get caught up and you find yourself in a bit of a snowball. And I think that whilst that snowball was snowballing for both of us, just a busy start of the year and work and personal life and just life, I think both of us were having these real kind of inner
something wasn't
battles.
Quite right.
Yeah, something wasn't quite sitting right with us in terms of our work-life balance and the work itself we were doing. I don't know. I think it was just we were both talking about it a lot, kind of saying, I need to make some changes, and what does that look like? And I think that when we stopped the podcast, it gave us a really nice amount of time and kind of breathing space to sit back and be like, okay, what isn't quite sitting right? Because what we do, we love.
Yeah.
But both of us felt like we weren't quite getting the joy out of it. And so we knew there was something that needed kind of tinkering. And I think it was a really good opportunity. And we weren't going to be able to come back and sit here and authentically be like, you know, here's what we'd, until we'd worked that out for ourselves.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? I don't know. That's certainly how I felt.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, like you said, I think we love what we do. And I think it kind of stemmed back from like ages ago when you did that reel about the social space, like, is just a little bit difficult. I think kind of since then we've probably both been feeling the same sort of way. Like, it's just like there is a lot of the same stuff online. It can be a negative place to go on to. So I think we just really wanted to make sure that for us, we were putting out what we love, and then that's all that matters. So no, I can completely agree with what you just said.
And I think also, and I've said this before, like what we do is so niche, and what the content we create is about creating content.
Yeah.
And that can only be so inspirational. And
Yeah.
if you don't want to be a mentor or a coach, which isn't a bad thing to want to be those things, but if you don't want to be them and you don't want to put content out that is tailored to educating your audience on content creation, then that content can become really demotivational to consume and really inauthentic to make. And it just, for me, and it's no comment on anyone who creates that content, because it's ultimately, you have to make what makes you happy. And so I've got, there's no judgment here, but for me, I was sitting there thinking, I love what I do. I love making content. Why am I not making content that I enjoy? And so I just thought, do you know what? If I'm not inspired, I don't make content in the first place. So actually, it's not even like I'm forcing myself to churn out this content I don't like. No, I'm just not showing up. And that's not going to get me anywhere. So you can sit there and say, oh, you know, if you pivot and if you change tact and if you change the type of content you make, you might lose some followers. Okay, well, I'm certainly not going to gain any not posting any content. So, or, you know, any brand collabs or whatever. So I think for me, it was kind of trying to grapple with what direction I wanted to take it in and what was going to make me really, really happy. And having the space to do that meant a little extra long break from the podcast. But I feel like we're in a really good space now to come back and I don't know, share some thoughts and some feelings.
With UGC as well, I just think you have to, like, your personal brand is your business. So also, I feel like now in the content that we're creating, you can really, like, you can see our personality a little bit more. You can, I mean, you could always see it before, but we're really focusing on, like, making our pages our personal brand. So
I think for anyone who is starting UGC or wants to get into UGC, actually anyone, even if you're, you know, years down the line into your UGC career, you remember that you started this job because you wanted the freedom and the creativity, I'm assuming, that UGC brings, because I don't quite know why else you'd do it. If you don't love what you're doing and if you don't love what you're creating, your audience can feel it, and it's really going to hold you back in terms of motivation and discipline and stuff. You have to be a really, really disciplined person, and probably not a super fulfilled person to keep putting something out that you don't enjoy. And so I think I would just say to anyone in the space who's maybe feeling a little bit unsure, like, if it's not bringing you joy, what you create, you're not creating the right thing, and that's okay. But work it out, because I just think your personality shines through, and your authenticity shines through, and brands feel it, people feel it, it converts, like, when you're doing something you really love. And I think it's so important in a space like this.
Genuinely, since, I'm going to say, rebranding, I have, like, seen such an impact already, like, either whether that comes to pitching. I don't pitch that often, but when I have, it's been successful because I've had, like, my personal branding to kind of back up what I'm saying to the brand, who I'm genuinely reaching out to, because it's something that I love. So I think I can already, like, even though it hasn't even been that long, I can already see the positive effects of it. And I just think that just inspires me even more to keep wanting to do that, because I think the brands can see it, like you say, and it does just make you feel good, and it makes you want to post more anyway. So
I think also, like, it just got to a point for me where I didn't even open my Instagram app. Like, I didn't want to look. And it wasn't because, you know, I hated everyone on my page. It wasn't like that. But every bit of content I saw, no matter who the creator, how much I loved them, I was just like, like, I just didn't care. And that's not a reflection of them. That's all me. So I was like, get out. Take some space, have a breather, have a think, come back, and when I'm in a better headspace, boom, and I see their content and I'll like it and I'll support it and I love it, but it's not what I want to create, and that's okay too. And I just think your whole perception changes of everything, the way you consume content, the way it impacts you, the content you then put out, everything is linked. And I just think, taking that space to work out what you really love and what that looks like, and then allowing yourself, like, giving yourself permission to just lean into that, has been really positive for both of us. And like, the first month that I really leaned into it was my biggest financial month. Now, I'm not saying that that's 100% directly linked to it. What I'm saying is, looking good so far. So, like, you know, I don't know, it's certainly not hurt me. And also, I think we've both had really, like, beautiful comments and conversations with, other creators in the space who are just like, and like the comments that I'm getting from people are just like, I'm loving this new vibe. Like, oh, I love hearing more of the real you. Like, and that's what I want to see from other creators as well. Like, I love it too. So it's just nice to hear, isn't it?
Yeah. I know your rebrand was on your list before you turned 30. Is there anything else on the cards?
Before I turn 30?
Are you panicking?
No, I'm not panicking.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. Do you know what? I'm genuinely really excited about turning 30. I really, really, truly am. I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying, I swear. Because
it's like, Ross, I'm fine.
Yeah, literally. Ow! No, I'm joking. What was I going to say? Oh God, I am getting more of this though. This is happening quite a lot, and I'm really genuinely worried. I know what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You could not pay me to relive my 20s. I mean that wholeheartedly. Right. And I said this to my mum the other day, and she said, you couldn't pay me for you to relive your 20s either. It has been a real up and down. And I know that everyone's experience is different, but for me, a big old chunk of my 20s, not for me. So I'm really excited I feel like I'm in the best place in my life, thanks to like lots of self-work, lots of amazing friendships, therapy, like just learning. I just feel like I'm the best version of myself I've ever been. I'm the happiest, healthiest version I've ever been. I'm so excited to start a whole new chapter with this being square one, because I started 20s.
And I'm in your life now too.
Well, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. And that's crazy as well. Like, I mean, I said this to Aimee the other day, and it's a little bit off track, but you know, the fact that I was at your 30th surprise party with your friends and family, like that is crazy. And we've known each other. It's just mad that this space brought us together and brought us this friendship. But, so I'm really not panicking. I'm actually really genuinely excited. I did make myself a little 30 before 30 list, and I made that on my birthday last year. And I've got about 10 of them still to tick off. There were some really boring ones on there. There was like, you know, clear my credit card to zero. There was
I feel like that's a big thing in itself though. Like,
it was, but it's also like not super exciting to tell people about. I've got things like I've got give blood. I haven't done that yet. I've got take Luna to the beach. We ticked off. Just like little things. Even though I'd taken Luna to the beach before, like I wanted to take her again. And so this list was like really weird and wonderful. It was like go ice skating. That's not ticked off yet. Go ice skating. Sell at a car boot sale. Get another ear piercing. Get your teeth sorted. Like it was a real mix. Go back to therapy. Start running. Run a 10K. Haven't hit the 10K yet, but I want to run a plan that will get me there by the 7th of September, which is 5 days before my birthday.
Yeah, it will.
Point being, it was a real mix. And do you know what? I would really recommend it. I don't necessarily think it has to be 30 before 30. It can be whatever you want it to be. But actually having like a list of fun things that are really attainable, and obviously everyone's list will look different, I would really recommend, because it makes it like a bit of a bingo scratch cardy type game. What it does also, I can appreciate some people might be like, oh, that just makes like really over hypes the birthday or like puts pressure on you. But it's like fun pressure. It's like all the things on there are things that are going to make me happy or better. And so like I really was selective on what was going on there, because then I'd like literally go out to my friends and be like, guys, who wants to go ice skating? 30 before 30. Like, I need an ice skating partner. And they'll be like, yeah, I'll go. Like, really fun. So like go to the theatre, tick. Like, so it's just been really fun. And that's a bit random, but that's been helping me like romanticize it a bit.
Yeah, no, I actually, on the romanticising life point, it's the heavens have just opened, in case you can hear that.
Oh, the sun's just come out here. How weird is that?
Really?
Yeah, the sun's just like beamed.
That's one thing. Everyone thinks we live so close to each other. We don't. There's like 3 hours in between us, and the weather is polar opposite. Anyway, that wasn't what I was going to say. Romanticising life. I actually, since turning 30, I thought I'm going to do a 30 after 30.
Ooh.
Because I think...
I like that.
Like I want to say... I mean, I can't really remember my early 20s, to be honest with you, but like...
I'm so drunk.
The last, like... I'd say like the last 5 years of my... From like 25 up, I've kind of been I was very focused on like buying a house, which meant saving money, which meant not really doing a lot. And then obviously once you get mortgage payments, it's like I've got less money to spend anyway. So I just think the last 5 years I've kind of been quite, I was going to say tame, but I'm not like a wild person anyway. but I've just like, I've not really got out there and done anything like crazy exciting. I mean, like I bought a house, which is great, and I'm really proud of that. But it's like you say, like the little things that you just to like make everything just a little bit more exciting. So I did actually think to myself the other day, I think I'm going to write a 30 after 30, and there might be something on there like as big as having children, because I do see that being in like the next 10 years, you know. But then also like little things like you say, like Peaches has never been to the beach. Maybe I need to put that on there. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I just think you get so caught up in the like in the seriousness of being an adult, and I get it. Like we've got responsibilities and bills to pay, and and you know life's hard, but it's also like it's meant to be fun, and also I just hear so many people in life say like, you know, you're not going to lie on your deathbed and you know wish you were, I don't know, a dress size smaller. You're not going to lie on your deathbed and think about, you know, that great day you had in the office. You're going to think about the holiday you went on. Like I hear so many people say things like this, or like don't like regret, do not have regrets. And I it's really like it's front and center of my brain at the moment. And so I'm just really trying to. And again, my therapist said to me right at the beginning when I went back to therapy. With a new therapist, he said to me, it feels, and this was my first ever session, he said, it feels to me like you're waiting for your life to be perfect and you've put your life on pause until life is perfect and then you can press play. And what he meant by that was until I'm married with children in a big family home. And then I'll be like, yeah, do you know what? Everything's good. Okay, great. Let's have let's have a lovely life. And actually he was like, and it was really interesting because he was actually the second therapist to say that to me in my first session. So it was really odd, and I just, so then we were really working on like loving life right now as it is, and it's just been a really good lesson for me in like being present, appreciating what you have, not waiting for you know this destination of happiness, and actually creating it right here right now where you are, which is why 30 doesn't scare me anymore, because I love today and I'm going to love tomorrow, and it just is going to keep going. That's the life I want to live. Obviously, season 1, you were very much settling into your first year of taking UGC full time. And I know you won't mind me saying, because we shared a lot of it on the podcast, that was a bit of a like bumpy road for you in terms of like just finding your feet and finding your new normal and your new routine and stuff, and getting to grips with like, I don't know, panicking about each month's paycheck or whatever it might have been. How are you feeling a little bit further down the line? We're halfway through the year now, which is mad, by the way. That is mad.
No, it's crazy.
In fact, we're over halfway through the year.
It's August.
That's bizarre. How are you? Yeah, I know. It's bizarre, isn't it? I feel like this year, I say it every year, but like, how are you finding things now that things are a little bit further down the line?
Do you know what? I'm kind of like annoyed at myself not annoyed at myself, but for panicking and like stressing myself out so much, because I feel like everyone around me just kept saying like, trust the process, everything will happen like as it's meant to happen. And I'm a firm believer in that. So the fact it was happening to me and I was still panicking about it, I wish I'd kind of just like been chill and just enjoyed that quieter time. Whereas I feel like everything does just work out, and I feel like if anyone is starting or are going full time or thinking about going full time, like just go with it, trust the universe, because like I'm firsthand, like it just works out. And like the fact that I handed in my notice 8 months ago now, just under 8 months ago, is crazy. No, not handed in my notice, actually left my job 8 months ago is crazy, because now that I'm actually like in a job that I enjoy, like life is just flying. I feel like I was a little bit too vocal about it in the last podcast season, but that's fine because we all have these wobbly times. But
isn't that exactly what we wanted to do though?
Yeah.
Because the reality is people are sat watching or listening or starting their journey, and they're seeing all these TikToks and Instagram posts saying it's so easy, you just need a window and a phone. Don't get me started on that. But anyway, it is really challenging, and like there are real people with bills to pay and lives to live and like pressures and responsibilities behind those videos, and like it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and I hate the way that we just make it sound so easy and so simple. and we don't share enough of the reality. So I just think it was so beautiful having you be so open and honest and like sharing that with anyone who was listening. Because it's real, and we need real, like we need that that honesty.
No, I'm really like proud and glad that I've stuck to it as well. Like, I mean, I've never been in a situation this year where I've actually had to like properly be panicking, if that makes sense. Like, I left my job for a reason, because I knew that I could make something of this. So I would never have put myself in that situation if I wasn't ready for it. But also, like, I've seen so many like creators, I say so many, I literally saw like 3 videos in the space of 24 hours of people quitting UGC because there's so much online now. I think so much of the content is it is pitching this dream life to new creators, which is fine because it's like inspirational content, but also I think people then start thinking it's like just so, like you say, you just need a window and a phone and anyone can do it, when actually not everyone can. It is hard work. So to see like literally 3 creators in the space of a day saying that they weren't continuing with their journey because it's too hard, like it's so much more than people let on. I'm kind of like, I'm proud that I've like just stuck through it, I guess.
I think also something that people watching the podcast or listening to the podcast might not know is that both Aimee and I are like, we're total perfectionists, but we're also really quite anxious at times. And I think that one of the difficult things about being self-employed in a space like this is that not only do you not have anyone around you to like bounce off and support you don't have that like office group that you go to and you're like, girls, I'm really stressed out, like, oh my god, like you don't have that, or that break room to go and grab a coffee and be like, Steve from HR is like, like you don't have anyone to like bounce off of. But also our job is to just essentially doom scroll some of the time for inspiration and, you know, for so I've got a really itchy nose, for inspiration or whatever. But you are constantly then, your job is also like comparison, and it's just really difficult. And I think that what I was going to say was, for anyone who doesn't know, like that does really impact both Aimee and I. Number one, our friendship has been like so important.
I was going to say, I think that's why we've flourished so much, because it has just been a case of you pick me up,
one's
I
up,
pick
the other
you
one
up.
pulls the other one.
And we both understand just how hard it can be. So I think that's why like the UGC community is amazing. It really is. Like, you put something up about feeling slightly down, the amount of support you get is crazy. Like, it is like having your own little office like team, but also, like you say, you it is part of your job to scroll and look at other people's things for inspiration and things like that, when actually, if you're not in the right headspace that day, it can be really difficult, because that can instantly, like, one day I could look at something and feel inspired, and then another day I could look at it and just be like, oh, like, I'm not good enough, like, or like, for example, like recently I did a brief on Vidsy, and my video wasn't selected, and Aimee was like, okay, but they still chose you in the first place, like, you're still being paid for it, like, your content was good, it's fine, like, we just, you know,
the content was great. Let's be very clear, the content was great.
But we just pick each other
sorry, I had
up.
to jump in
No,
there.
I was just going to say, we just, like, it's so important to have that support in, like, the social media space, I think. Like, I just think it's made to look really easy, and it's sold as, like, what was I going to say?
A walk in the park.
Yeah, a walk in the park. Like, I see so much, like, a lot of my For You page on TikTok now is things like, oh, I got my holiday for free because of UGC. And it's like, I love that for you. But also don't forget to mention the work that you've also had to do for it. So, yeah, I just think it is a little bit of a highlight reel. But we know that anyway, so I don't know where I was going with that.
I think during this podcast, I have experienced all 4 seasons of lighting. We had dark grey skies.
Yeah.
We had beautiful sun. We have our overcast now. Sun appears to be coming back.
I said the heavens are open, now it's the blue sky, so.
Yeah, very strange, very strange. Another thing to point out at this point is I have had to nickname Aimee the lemon, because having to pep talk this girl many times over the past few months. Aimee is so good. You're so good at your job, and I know you know it, and I want you to know.
I'm also
I think
good
everyone
at
should know what they're great
picking
at.
myself out of a rut as well.
You have. And there was one episode in the podcast last season, I'm sure you remember it,
Yeah.
where you were in a real like Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
And that's no offense to anyone called Debbie.
Yeah.
Love you all.
No, love you, Debbie.
But you were on a real downer,
Yeah.
and it was really hard to get you out of that. And there was a little period of time there where you were just really low, and it was for no real good reason. But I also completely understand it's a difficult space to be in. It's a difficult adjustment to make doing this full time. Like I got it.
Yeah.
Watching you over the last few months, it sounds so patronizing, I don't want it to, but just like learn to like pick yourself up, and the resilience you've shown day to day. But essentially there was a few times where I said to Aimee, like it got to the point where I said to Aimee, you're being a lemon, like that's just silly. That was my way of being like, I'm not even pep talking you out of this one, like you're being stupid. With a lot of love sprinkled in there. So I just said lemon. So now if Aimee texts me or messages me or whatever with a voice note rant or a text or something being like about something silly, I'll just send the lemon emoji and be like, we're not doing this. I'm actually, and then that kind of snaps her out of it. And it's good. So she's now Aimee with 3 lemons on my phone. Love it.
I feel like we're completely caught up on us the last few months, but Aimee, tell the viewers or watchers, listeners, whatever,
the fans,
the fans, what they can expect in season 2, because I'm excited.
My goodness. We have got our first podcast guests, real ones, not what was it last season? A spider on the wall,
spider,
spots on your face. There was a few. Oh, the lipstick on my teeth. My broken tooth. We had a few pretty sus guests last season, but no, we've got real physical human guests on that, and good, and just like great people who were so much fun to sit down and chat with, and who listen to the podcast, support the podcast every week, like just fantastic creators that I know that people will really love to hear from. So that's super exciting. A logistical nightmare on our end, but we made it work, and we were just so grateful that we got to sit down and spend time with these people. So you've got those to look forward to. And then I guess for the rest of the podcast, it's going to be a bit of a mix like last season, some more educational episodes, some more personal episodes, but also like, what do you guys want to see? Because you'll see a lot of creators nowadays putting out courses and charging you money to learn information that actually like some people are willing to give you for free, because we just want everyone to win. If there are any topics that people want us to go into, then please just drop them below in the comments or DM us on Instagram at The Real Edit Podcast. We would love to cover them in detail for you. I know that the tax episode last season was, we got some really great feedback on it, and people were really happy with that one. Same with the gifted collaborations episode. So I guess any more where that came from would be really handy to know what you're kind of looking for. But I'm just really excited about season 2. I just feel so inspired and motivated, and I'm just excited to put ourselves back out there again.
I think especially with the guests, like, I'm so excited. And we just want it to be as valuable as possible. I think, like, if we can share any knowledge, like Aimee's how many years down the line full time? 2, and then 2.5.
Nearly coming up 3.
I'm 8 months into being full time, but I have been doing it for the same amount of time. And I feel like if there's knowledge that we've picked up over that time, like, we want to share it. So let us know if there's anything that you'd like us to talk about.
Also, can I just shout one thing out? We have committed. We have finally said, you know what? Let's call a spade a blooming spade. We're in pajamas every single week, and it's happening, and I'm so excited about it. So and you can expect our guests in their PJs too.
Yeah. Hang on. We didn't mention that we've rebranded.
We have. Yeah, we have. Well, I mean, the first logo and stuff that we came up with was like so quick. We were so excited to just get it out there. And I feel like actually we were both feeling a little bit more inspired. And we thought, you know what? We've glowed up. Let's glow the podcast up.
Yeah.
And I'm just really excited.
We've got a new logo, a new content strategy.
My goodness.
We're ready. We've really taken this time to reflect and make it the best we possibly can. So I'm excited. Aimee's excited.
Also, I'm always excited. You know me. I was also going to say, what was I going to say, Ames? What was I going to say?
I don't know. You didn't start saying it.
I don't know. I was going to say... Oh, I felt like it was a good one, but I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. Anyway, let's wrap it up then, shall we?
Yeah, let's wrap it up since your brain has left you. Thank you so much for listening or watching. We are so happy to be back on your screens and in your ears. We appreciate this has been a really rambly first episode back, but I feel like we had a lot to talk about. So yeah, we hope you've really enjoyed listening or watching wherever you are. And we do actually have our first guest episode next week. So yeah, you've got that to look forward to, but we hope you have a wonderful week in between. And as always,
Love you, bye.